Hello, my name is Ben Hillman. I am your host here at this week's Alternative Sport of the Week. My friend and fellow co-worker over here, Connor Judge, is going to give us his CoachUp Alternative Sport of the Week.
So, Ben, I know that of all people, you're a big diving fan.
It's true. I've been known to dive.
Yeah, it's true. So, last week I talked about a defunct Olympic sport, and I thought I'd throw you a curveball and talk about another one. So this one was really cool. This was a diving sport, but it's not like your normal dive off a very high board or springboard or something along those lines. This sport was called Plunge for Distance. And
Okay, what is that like? So is that a long distance that you're diving, or what is it?
You're getting it.
Okay,
See,
all right.
yeah, the clues are in the title.
Okay.
So Plunge for Distance in the official
Because it could
rules.
also be like deep distance or something.
It could.
like that.
It could.
Who knows?
If you want. So in the official rules, according to the Swimming Guide of 1919 to 1920, you need an 18-inch board, which is your standing diving board for any swimming competition in the Olympics, and you dive in.
Okay.
And you float as long as you can without moving your arms or legs to propel yourself. And you float as far as you can for 60 seconds. So the only time that Plunge for Distance was an Olympic sport was in the 1904 Olympics, and the medals were swept by Americans. Granted, there were only 5 people competing, and all 5 of them were Americans.
Okay.
But hey,
but you know,
a
we'll
win
take it.
is a win is a win is a win is a win.
We will take it.
So your winners of the 1904 Plunge for Distance were William Dickey with a distance of 1905, taking home 19.05 meters, taking home the gold. Edgar Adams with 17.52 meters, bringing home the silver. And Leo Goodwin with 17.37 meters, bringing home the bronze. So it's really cool. You just literally dive into the water and float for as long as you can for 60 seconds.
So can you dive as far as you want to dive, or is it just like you have to? Is there like a regulation to hey, you dove past the distance line or whatever?
Nope. You just dive into the water as if it were a swimming competition, the way Michael Phelps would. And they say the dive is the most important part. If I may read to you from the official swimming guide of 1919 to 1920, to plunge successfully, 3 things are necessary: a good dive, a long carry under the water, and a fast coast to the end of the tank upon reaching the surface. Of these 3, the most important one is the dive. A plunge is only as good as the dive or takeoff. So the most important part is when you propel yourself into the water, because the most important factor of this, what this really tests is your strength in your dive, your lung capacity, because you got to float for a while, for 60 seconds, and your buoyancy. So the people who competed were not normal swimmers who were cut and lean and
muscular.
Yeah. The men who competed in this were very buoyant men.
Big guys.
Yeah, they were big boys. And the world record is held by F.W. Parrington of Britain on September 23rd, 1933. He plunged for a distance of 26.4 meters, or as it's officially measured, 86 feet and 8 inches. But the reason this was discontinued was actually because organizers felt that it was boring to the spectators, And they also felt that it didn't actually test any sort of athleticism, which all my favorite plungers would absolutely disagree with. Because it does test your ability to dive, your lung capacity, and your buoyancy. But I think that if tug of war could be a sport again, Plunge for Distance could definitely be a sport again.
They should have just made it more exciting by offering all those fan services, t-shirt cannons and the half-court shot equivalent of whatever Plunge for Distance is. I would have just attended for those things, for the free stuff.
I know for a fact that I have practiced the plunge for distance at my neighborhood YMCA my entire life. So next time I'm in a pool, I am plunging for the best distance I can, and I will definitely have someone measure it for me.
Would you like to plunge for distance right here?
For it?
Yep.
I jump as hard as I can and just plunge.
Let's measure. Let's measure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That might be a world record.
feet.
That might be a record.
Let's just call it a world record.
For office plunging. I might have a world record.
Office plunge for distance.
Office plunge for distance.
I'll take it. Well, folks, thanks for watching this week's episode of whatever you called it, Alternative Sport of the Week. My name is Ben. This is Connor. We'll see you next time. Do you even know what we're gonna do?
I don't. Not this time.
Me neither.